the only thing I would like to say to maybe some younger comedians, it's not about you. You're not stand-up. You are a guy who does stand-up, or a girl. If you do it well and you practice and you do your 10,000 hours, good, great. If you're good, you're gonna get recognized, and that's it. And if you're sure about yourself that you do good, and you're good, whatever your KPI is, like I don't know, financial or people in the seats or the laugh per minute or whatever it is you're seeking. If you feel good about that, there's less of a chance of becoming bitter because of you made good cars and someone else started making other cars, but they're like faster produced and becoming
right. And we don't want to imply that the Estonian guys are all bitter, just that it's a thing, right?
Yeah, it's just the people who are, because I was bitter. I had this mentality.
What's your advice then you're all now like, we're sitting in your fucking private podcast studio that you only do the podcast once a week. What a lofty fucking ivory tower to be saying this advice to the young comedians from.
Yeah,
so how were you when you were
position.
younger? How did you feel about when you were,
I was bitter.
Okay.
I was, because bringing your thoughts to people and bringing jokes, it's a personal experience, because comedians who have something in them to become comedians, they become personal really quick. Even if it's a dick joke or whatever, it still comes from inside if you're worth the damn as a comedian. And it's a place that if someone doesn't laugh, if you don't get the recognition that you think you deserve, you there's a risk to becoming bitter, and you start feeling like the victim, like the victim of the industry. Like I do my work, I do my art, and that person who makes a chicken talk on the radio or whatever, or is a hack. Yeah, no, there are differences in craft and difficulty, and of course, if you know your notes, you're good at jazz, still good, but there's a way of thinking about it, and becoming bitter towards the industry is not the way. It's you should embrace it, critique it, shake it all around, but remember, whatever you do, you're still the part of it. Like every system allows a bit of rebellion in it, just a little bit. Yeah, we have the beautiful greenery.
I think your advice as well, and again, I think about all of these. I think about this not only, so at a cultural level, is it an Estonian, Lithuanian thing? Is it a comedian thing? But also, it's a new comedy industry thing. Like, as much as, was Dominykas a little retard because he was bitter, or was it also a major factor that, and I know it is for us, that we feel like we started it. We were the OGs back in the day, grinding away, and then someone else comes along and does it. And so it's easier to get some sort of feeling like, fucking, come on. Maybe not bitter, but like, what are you doing? No. And exactly that now over time, when new comedians are coming into our industries here in Lithuania and Estonia, they're 10 years, 15 years established. There's something going on there. There's already some legacy, some history, something's established, that they may not feel that same irrational bitterness because they weren't, in that time and place. Not that you have to be an OG or anything, maybe.
Yeah. Well, in my experience, when someone starts doing your shit, you usually need at least some new shit. Like you need to become, you have to become a bit fresher. You have to become a bit faster. Because if you are, let's say you spearheaded the industry with the comedy thing, and someone starts doing it, and you become diluted as you think that you become, well, then it's a sign that you need to step up.
But we've never worried. Okay, on top of all of that, maybe this sounds super arrogant, we have never worried that our shows don't artistically stack up.
Yeah.
We've never, for all the that's why the fear is so irrational. Oh, the Petaroya, the Otsep, these are Estonian references for the Estonians listening.
Yeah.
Now the Marta Vandi, now the Niinemets is coming along, right? they can come along, every famous actor, they're on every famous thing. They can come along and we can be super worried about it. But we have almost never for a moment been artistically worried. Like, oh, that actor is
Then
doing
it's good.
better stand-up to us.
Then people who are bitter, or at least becoming a little bit more bitter, I think, in my opinion, should search for reasons what's making them bitter, because it's if you are sure about yourself that you're standing there and you're producing the product that you're happy with, and you can't make all the money in the world. Of course, an influencer mom who has a strong Instagram and does hacky bits about, oh, my child is this and I'm like this, I have saggy tits and whatever. If she does that, of course she's gonna bring a lot more people than you, a guy with a plaid shirt, you know, Mr. Cobain. It doesn't have to be, but in my opinion, you have to know what is that you're doing and be like, understand that being a comedian with a plaid shirt, it's a way of life that's only, you know, it has so much. You have to become more.